And there is a lot of talk and there is a lot of thoughts about the reality that we live in, the world that we live in, and about this veil, which many feel is thinning. We're starting to see things that we quite possibly haven't seen before. We're starting to notice things that we quite possibly have not noticed before. And it's like there was a veil over our eyes, is what it's like. And the veil is slowly being lifted, not for everyone, but for, there goes my nose trying to tickle, but for those who within their bodies want this veil to lift so they can see, because they're feeling something is different. They're feeling different in themselves, and they have a longing within them to want to know more, want to know more. Good morning. Good morning. So the veil is lifting. I hope everyone made it through the storms. If you were in the storms, if you had storms where you're at, I hope that everything was fine for you. I do. And that no one got hurt and everyone is safe and there wasn't too much damage where you are. It's nice out, even though it's like a little like damp. Feels really cool out. It's like 60 degrees. It was a nice brisk breeze. The veil is thinning between realities for some. Some may not, and some may totally dismiss it. Some may say, I don't care if the veil is thinning. I'm just trying to make it through this world. Some may feel like the world's been turned upside down and they may not know why it's been turned upside down. They may not, they may just think, well, I don't know what's going on, but people are getting, they're really off. They're really off. People are changing. Their attitudes are changing. Some may even feel like, you're in another dimension. You've entered another dimension. You're in another parallel world. You're in another whole different timeline and all of that kind of stuff. Oh, how interesting. They disconnected me. It does feel like the world got turned upside down, at least this world. There is a theory that there are worlds beyond worlds, that you exist in all kinds of different worlds. There's so lots of theories out there. There is, but the world's got turned upside down that we live in, and it's changed. People have changed. The way people perceive life has changed. Good morning. It's all changed for some, but not for all, because I'm not going to say an absolute, because I can say absolutely not everyone feels a shift in like consciousness, a shift in their thinking and their mindset and their perception of reality, in the perception of them. Not everyone feels that way, but a lot of people do. You don't like it. I know it may not be pleasant, but it is, there's something going on. There is a shift. And I guess one could say you could be stuck in the old mindset, the old construct that, is built. There is an old construct, and you can think about it as old construction. Old construction. Yeah, you've seen old construction. And like you can see like historical houses and stuff. Old construct, old construction. There's a new construct coming. That's what it is. A new construct is coming. Uh, it's already began for this reality. It's like the old construct will be there, will always be there, but the new construct is moving in, and it's moving in fast, and it's some of it, the new construct is some of the new construct. Gina, can you just talk in regular terms? Okay, well, for a lot of people, since reality is changing, you're seeing things that just not make sense. Okay, it's like things that should not be happening are happening. Things that go against certain types of thinking and all of that kind of stuff. It's happening. It's just like there's like twisted things happening, is what it is. The density in the environment, in the air. Are you feeling the heavy today, Therese? Yeah, Teresa. Yeah, yeah. There's a total change of atmosphere. A total, well, you could say a reorganizing of the unseen. You can feel it. There is a reorganizing of the unseen. There's your wind chimes chiming in. It's a reorganizing of the unseen. Something's being reorganized right in front of us. You can sense it, but you may not be able to see it. You can sense it, you can feel it. There's a knowing within that there is change happening, and not everybody's changing to say. Um, some people are moving into like a higher density, whatever, I don't know, lower density. These words are popping in my mind. I'm just saying whatever is coming out. Yeah, Gina, that's your problem. You're saying what's coming out. I am. I'm saying it. Good morning. Um, yeah, the veil is thinning. Regardless how you look at life, the veil is thinning. And you may like it and you may not like it. Some people may not like the veil thinning because you're seeing things that you did not see before, although you suspected. There's like we're suspicious. We're curious. You suspect that there is a change that was occurring. You suspected that something was off. Maybe your whole entire life, and it's now that you're starting to see the evidence of that which you suspected. You're starting to see it. What you suspected, what you felt. You're seeing it now, and you're feeling it in your spirit. Seeing it and feeling it and all of that. And it could be good, but it can be bad. It's true. It's how you look at it and how you're going to deal with what. You be careful what you ask for, because if you ask to see, if you ask for things to be made more clear to you and you mean it from your heart, it will happen. Just hope that you are prepared on the inside of your being to accept what you see, because you may not want to accept it. You may be in denial, but you asked for it. You asked for it, is what you did. Let me flip it around. Good morning. The veil is thinning. The world is changing. The world started to turn. It's been in a slow turn, but the turning has accelerated. The flipping, it's like a flipping of mind. A flipping of mind polarities within your mind. Yeah, how about that? There's been a flipping on a mind, on a. This is the strange thoughts. I mean, they must be in me, or they wouldn't be coming out. There's a flipping of polarities within people's mind, within their consciousness, within their lives, within their world, within our world. It's flipping. It is flipping. It has flipped, and it's continually. It's it's like a churning, like churning of butter. You know, you ever hear like you just keep churning and churning and churning and churning. It feels like this reality that we live in, this world that we live in. It is. It's like a metaphysical. It's in a state of churning, like a being churned, and you don't know what the final outcome's going to be, what this reality is going to end up looking at, like when it's all said and done. And you hope it's going to look right and feel right. You hope it's going to fit. You hope you're going to fit in this reality that is it's churning. And these are words. It's trying to you 5 acres. Yeah, it's nice outside. It is. It is. It's nice and green, and I like green. I like nature, earth. It's quite lush out. Rosie, come on. Rosie's out here somewhere. So the veil is thinning, and you know it's thinning, and you may not be prepared for the thinning of the veil, but there's a lot of people from all walks of life. They're feeling and they're seeing and they're sensing the veil is thinning. It's like the old construct is crumbling. You could say the matrix is crumbling. You could think of the matrix as the veil. You could, if you wanted to use the matrix. It's it's crumbling. It's um it's like a dilution. It's being diluted. The veil is being diluted. When you dilute something, it's not as strong as it used to. Like you can dilute milk. Milk's popped into my mind. You can dilute milk, and the more water you add to it, the less milk you're gonna have. Water milk. You're just diluting it. This realm that we live in, this world is being diluted. The veil is like. Don't ask me why I thought of milk. That's the word that popped in my mind. It's being diluted. The veil. The world is churning. It's like if it's being diluted, then that means something else is something else is coming in its place. It is. It's thinning, dilution. All of that. That sound. That's that type of. I don't want to think that deep this morning. I don't. I want to go there. Um, the veil's thinning, and you may not be ready for it. You may be ready for it, and you may be happy the veil's thinning because you've been waiting for the veil to thin because you want to know what's going on in this world. You want to see things for how they are. You want to be able to feel. You want to use all your senses going forward. So you may have asked. You just want to know what's happening. You just want to be able to see things more clearly. Well, that's where the dilution. The veil is being diluted. There is a churning that's taking place. There is a reorganizing on a spiritual level. There's a reorgan. There's a lot of change that's happening, and you feel it. You do. You gotta be ready for it on the inside. There's still a lot more to come. A whole lot more. There's still. You're going to change also. You're watching this video. You are going to change even more so than you have right now. Um, and you're not going to be able to stop the change that's occurring. You're not going to be able to. You can push up against that change all you want. You say, I'm tired of changing. I'm tired of change. You can't stop it. You cannot stop it because it's going to happen to you also on the inside of your being. You can change for the better or you will change for the worse. You will change one way or another. You will. And there may be others around you who will not change in the same way that you change. Now this comes in, it's a weeding out. A weeding out of like the wheat and the tares. There's another example. There's a weeding out of the wheat and the tares is happening. The garden is being weeded out. The plants are being pruned. It's a pruning. The the gold is being refined in the furnace. You may be that gold that's going to get refined in the furnace. Oh, you may be that gold. You may say, I feel like that gold's getting refined in that furnace. Well, you're changing. You're changing and you got to change. You got to change. That's what's happening. Yeah. I am going to be going. This is a short video. And I do want to address one thing. There's been several people noticing, and it's not just this channel, it's all kinds of channels. It's like there's only a few comments, if any, on videos, all videos, majority of the videos. It's like they're capping the comments on videos. You may comment and you say, I commented, I don't even know where it went. It literally, the veil is thinning. You are starting to see what's happening. Yeah, it's thinning. Um, I mean, you can write your comments, but when they disappear, there's something doesn't want them on it. Doesn't want the comments there. It all depends on the subject matter, and it truly does. It all depends on your vibration within you. It's this thinning of the veil also. It's a type of a frequency, and you're tied to the frequency too. And there is something that's being exposed out there. It's a different type of frequency. It's like you're separating from the greater frequency that you were tied to on this earth. You're literally separating from it, and the greater frequency that is in this old construct or whatever, you're separating from it, and it doesn't go together with it anymore. It doesn't. We're in the process of detaching on a frequency, spiritual frequency level. We're in the process of detaching from it. And this frequency out there, this energy out there, it doesn't like it. It's because the veil has thinned, and you can see enough now to where you can start to pull away. You can see enough now to where you can start to separate from it on a spiritual level. Yeah, you're part of the new construct in the spiritual realm. But there's also the old construct is also going to add a new construct to it too, and your frequency is not part of it. Your spiritual frequency on the inside of you is not part of this new construct that is going to attach itself, which already is attaching itself to the old construct, and like it's like kneading dough. It's like putting yeast in it, and you just need this old construct, this old paradigm, this old world or whatever. It's got a new thing it's adding to it, to the old, trying to keep the old alive. And it's like it's dough is like adding yeast to it, so that once it gets all in there, it's going to rise. It's going to rise. That's what's happening. I've had a whole lot of different, whatever you call, descriptions of what I'm sensing um, come through. Different ways of explaining it for some strange reason. It's okay. It isn't just trying to tap into it. I am tapping into it. I am. I can tap into this realm. Sometimes you gotta be careful, because if you are intuitive, if you're an empath, if you're spiritual, if you're clairvoyant, if you're whatever, you can tap into really some deep, deep things, but you don't want to go really deep. You do not, because you can tap all the way into that darkness, and you do not want to do that. You'll tap into things you don't want to tap into, and you'll know it. You think, I'm getting that out of here, getting it out. The veil's thinning, and you'll be able to see. And good morning. So when you watch this video as a replay, I'm going to go back. You will not see very many comments on it. You won't. The majority of the comments for the videos, they will be capped at around, it's not me, they'll be capped at around all about the same, around anywhere between, say, 20 and maybe, I don't know, the average is like around 50 to 60 comments per video. Okay, they cap it all. They don't want enough. This old construct doesn't like this frequency right here, because you pull away from their frequency. It doesn't like it. If there is a pulling away, there's a separating. I'm going to go. I'm going to hop off of here. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. The veil is thinning. Um, you can feel it in the air. You can feel the change in frequency. And you know that the frequency within you does not match the frequency that is out there. And that frequency that's out there knows that you don't match that frequency anymore, that you are pulling away from it. This is a worldwide scale. There's a dividing of the frequencies. There's the lower frequency, and then there's the higher frequency. They literally have been, they're repelling one another now. They're repelling. It's like when you try to you have two magnets and they're turned a certain way, they repel each other. You cannot force them back together anymore. You can't do it. What once was together is now like poof. There is a massive. That's how I'm feeling it is. They're repelling. There is no forcing it back together. It's so it's it's invisible, but it is a field. It is a field. It's like you can't go back together now. You can't. I'm going to go. Have a wonderful rest of your morning. I love you.